The 2017-18 Volvo Ocean Race teams have their sights set on Europe. Leg 9 consists of an ocean racing classic and a long-awaited return to UK waters for the Volvo Ocean Race as the teams get set to take on a transatlantic, a 3,300-mile drag race to Cardiff. With double points on offer, this is a make-or-break leg for all teams.
The racing's just going to get closer, and we've seen 5,000 miles end in a match race just minutes apart with the boats. And we're only going to see more of that. It's a double pointer, it's the big sprint across the Atlantic. The weather could be full on. The race has not been to the UK for a long time. There's a lot of UK navigators in this fleet, so I think we all know what to expect and we all know it's going to be hard.
Following a spectacular comeback finish on leg 8, Mapfre reclaimed the top spot over their red boat rival Dongfeng race team, split only by 3 points on the leaderboard. Following a big win in leg 7 and a second place finish in leg 8, Becking and Team Brunel are now a real threat to upset the leaders, sitting only 8 points behind and holding down third place.
Oh, ideally, of course, we become first and then become 6th and 7th. That would be the ideal scenario because I think then we're right there. But it is a must-beat red boat scenario. We have to beat them both to keep a chance on the overall win, because otherwise the gap will get too big for the last 2 remaining legs. So that's our mission. With all the races KP and myself have done across the Atlantic and successfully, then yeah, we go full confidence into going to Cardiff.
Ideally, we need to finish first and Mapfre and Brunel last, but I don't think it's going to happen. So we need to be ahead of Mapfre for sure. If we are not, probably the race will be difficult to come back for us. But yeah, so it's an important leg, a key leg. But there is still 2 more after to go. Yeah, but for sure we can't afford to have Mapfre ahead of us in this one, I think.
Well, I think the whole race has been super tight and it's going to keep being like this, for sure. I think you know, we've got a 3-point lead now, which is not enough, obviously, and we have to keep fighting every point, and we have to keep trying to win every leg. But of course, you know, we have to be in front of them, no matter what. So you know, we have 3 legs to go. This one is the most important. With a fast trip with double points, so you know, we really do need to have keep an eye on them and then try to beat them.
For the second race in succession, the sailing capital of North America, Newport, Rhode Island, hosted the Volvo Ocean Race at the historic Fort Adams State Park, engaging thousands of race fans daily with interactive activities, educational areas, and a chance to meet their sailing idols.
One of the things that we really focus on about the Volvo Ocean Race is just enhancing the image of our sport, that it's a real athletic endeavor, number one, and that it's available to everyone. So Sail Newport, our mission is to provide public access to everyone, and what a great showcase to have the Volvo Ocean Race be one of the featured elements that we work around. And it just helps us get an understanding from the general public that sailing is accessible. We get to encourage sailing and show that it's available to everyone.
A major draw card for the fans in Newport was the Gurneys Resorts In-Port Race. The hometown favorites of Vestas 11th Hour Racing looked for a good showing in front of thousands of race-hungry fans watching from the water and the shoreline. Team Brunel controlled the start with America's Cup star Peter Burling at the helm, setting the Dutch flag team up below the rest of the fleet and in a controlling position into the first mark. Becking and his team were able to extend their lead on each lap of the course to take a well-earned victory. The Spanish powerhouse Mapfre once again had a fight-back race in taking second, with hometown favorites Vestas 11th Hour Racing rounding off the podium in third place.
Yeah, well, I think we all thought that the start was going to be pretty critical. You know, we're a bit nervous having Mapfre right behind us after what happened in the leg. It would have been a little nicer to win the leg instead of the import, but it's nice to take a win nonetheless.
Sunday saw the crowds return for the eagerly awaited start of Leg 9 to Cardiff, and the spectators were treated to close and exciting action right from the start, as the teams jostled for position in the import section of the leg. Becking and Team Brunel continued their dominance from the previous day's racing, edging ahead of the rest of the fleet before bidding the crowds and Newport farewell and disappearing into the fog. Conditions are forecast to provide fast and exciting sailing as the teams cross the iconic North Atlantic. They're expected to arrive in Cardiff in around 8 days.